Hello everybody, welcome back to our 4th Age Total War campaign as North Rhun, and we're starting off with a battle here in the region of Thordram, or Thordram's settlement anyway. We're in a bit of a weird position. We're being attacked by two different armies. So the main force, or the attacking army rather, the primary attacking army, is going to come from over here. And as you can see, they'll be right down in that little cleft in the trees. So we have set up facing in the opposite direction, and that's because the reinforcing army is the bigger army, and they're going to be coming from like somewhere over here, I think somewhere down this way. So we've got time to sort of set up and face the bigger army, and then maybe peel off a few units to deal with the 3-unit attacking army. So yeah, they're going to be down here. Let's see. We can't quite see them yet, but they're off in the trees. Right around here. Okay, there they come through the trees, and they're moving in this direction. So yeah, we should be good. And then the attacking force is over here, and just 3 units. They've got their Easterling raiders, they've got their warband, and they've got their axes. So a pretty basic force. The other force is larger, but it's got the exact same units. But we're going to set up here on the hill so we can deal with that, and we've got plenty of units, I think, to do this job. We've got, of course, our core of Easterling axe hurlers, who have taken a bit of a beating in the past few episodes, fighting through North Rhun and dealing a good amount of damage to the chiefdom of Rhun, but they do take losses. And then we've got some Barding Watch levies on the flanks, as well as some of the Hillmen axe levies, who also throw axes, but are not as robust as the guys in the center. Over here we've got some warband and some more Hillmen axe levies moving into position. We've only got 2 slingers for ranged units, and our cav is pretty good. We've got 2 family members who have both decent amounts of men in their bodyguard. So 40 in one and 32 in the other. So those are pretty good numbers. And we've got a couple very low strength units of Chief's men. But I think, again, this is going to be fine. We could probably deal with this attacking force entirely with the cavalry if we wanted to play it that way. Yeah, so I could turn you guys, and maybe I will do that, just ungroup them and set them over here and just wait. The AI does pretty frequently time its assault so that they're going to hit you from both sides simultaneously. It looks like these guys might be trying to do a bit of flanking to get up the hill over here. But I think we'll just wait where we are right now. And this force has as its captain unit the cavalry. So that's a unit I like to deal with cavalry. As long as they can separate themselves a bit from the warband, then I will just charge my chief's men down here and hopefully get a quick rout, and then we can deal with these just by surrounding them with cav, and then come back up to the main battle line before these forces approach. Let's maybe move a bit over to the left. Alright, I think the timing will work out for us here. Now, if we win this battle, we are not going to get the city. We're off, in the wilderness somewhere northwest of the settlement. But this will certainly make it a bit easier for us to approach. This is the largest force in the area. There's another decent stack somewhere off to the north, but I think they'll be recalled back southward to face us. Okay, they're being a little cautious. I just want them to get a little farther away from the warband, because I know those warband units can hurt our cavalry. Now let's get our cav a little bit closer. They can start throwing javelins at the general. Alright, maybe we'll use skirmish actually. Oh wow, the slings are already firing. Oh, okay, they're turning around. Oh, that stinks. Okay, you can see they're hardly throwing anything, though. So this is the problem. And I guess this is a problem that is addressed somewhat by the later games, in that ranged units will not just attack, you know, anything within a 360-degree radius or circle or whatever. I'm going to... Alright, how about this? Hit you, and I guess our axemen are going to throw at these axemen, which is kind of interesting. I guess I'll allow that. Alright, we should... Okay, we got their general.
Attack and drive them back in the same way.
I do want to be careful with my guys. Okay, good. There he goes. Nice. And let's go and hit... Okay, we didn't even have to engage the axemen. But look at this. The warband are a bit more stout than the axemen are. Okay, we'll follow around with those fleeing men. I want to make sure they get off the field. Okay, let's take you. You can follow them. Maybe my generals can be pulled back here now. But yeah, the warband seems to be in some ways just a stronger unit. This is similarly not a family member that's leading them. This is just our Eastland Raiders unit. Oh my gosh.
The warlord of the enemy army is running like a startled goat.
Alright, he may get away. Halt, halt. Yeah, because we're not gonna, like, specifically target him. Okay, this is good. Going well so far. Let's get our cavalry over to the right. I'm a bit more concerned about that. Great. Alright, I think I will hit the skirmishers with my few chief's men. We're still chasing down a few of those guys. What is it? Down to just one or two, I would think. Okay, 3 axemen of Rhun. And here, it looks like they may be falling back. But they're still milling around with these units, so... How about this? We'll just go down with my bodyguard to the left, and we'll go after those skirmishers. And we'll do a war cry and hit the axemen, which are wavering already. Yeah, I think they've given their retreat. Call for retreat, so we can just follow them up. Now, the captain got away, but he's not a family member, so if we kill enough of these guys, which we are quite close to, then we should be fine in terms of the army just melting away on the campaign map, which is, of course, what you want. Now, what are you guys even firing at? Let's get you up here. Okay, so all said, I think we're good here. We may be in a position to take Thordram, like, in a turn or two. What are we at here? 93%. Yeah, we should be fine. As soon as we get that message to end the battle, I think I'm going to call it. Yeah. Ooh, let's take out these axemen just in case. Just take out all of them. Okay, they're off the battlefield. All right, fair enough. We can exit then, since we got the message to end the battle. We can exit it without, you know, losing. So we'll see what Thordram looks like. And actually, Rhun, it's still their turn, so they could bring up some forces out of the fog of war, I guess, to do some more damage. Yeah, there's that army to the north of us there. It doesn't look that big, and they have not moved south. They're still eyeing Gwaithring. Okay, we've got a marriage. Let's see. All right, that's fine. That's good. He's a youthful guy, so it's good that he is getting married and probably hopefully getting some kids to join the family pretty soon. Yeah, -3081. Well, we've been training. We have been moving troops around the campaign map. And, you know, trying to build and consolidate the new territories that we've won. So it makes sense that we're losing cash currently. Let's go and send our scouts down here to see what's in the area. Geez, there's not much. I'm very happy that Raycoast and Tham are not under siege right now. They're not even being really threatened. So they're allowing us to sort of have our way with the place. 5 seasons for the hosting halls, which is, again, the highest level military building we can make, and then we're going to get some nice units there. But in Gwaithring, we've got 4 seasons for our homeland dominion. That's going to help with economy a little bit. So what can I do here? I think I just want to go right for Thordram. Why not? We'll queue up some rams, and if they want to come back and hit us, I think that'll be just fine. They probably will. That's what the AI likes to do. And maybe we'll even have this force up by that watchtower, I think. Maybe they'll move down. But I don't know if they have the movement points to hit us. Probably should have checked that first. But I don't want to build anything right now because, again, the economy is a little tight. Let's see if he's attuned yet. He is not yet attuned governor. So we talked in the last episode about traits and how the character sheet is organized in the mod. Another important trait that will always appear in a particular spot is the attuned governor trait. And so that's something you want to watch for because it gives you some nice bonuses. Let's see, this guy might have it. Yes. So the attuned governor, this gives you +1 acumen, a 10% discount on construction costs, bonuses to trade, taxes, land tax, troop training, but it has the penalty of fewer movement points. The idea is you're sticking around the home territory, so you're not going to be as ready to get up and go somewhere else. But this is an important one to wait for if you want to do a big building project, because by itself it's going to give you a nice little discount. But it's always going to appear at the end sort of the character list. So it's always a good thing to do to check for that. We do have some scouts that we're moving through the territories here, and you know, let's go down to visit Garth. We haven't been here in about 1,000,000 years. It looks like they're not holding it very strongly. And what kind of stuff can they get out of Garth? So it's a financial settlement for them, and that means they're very limited to just Warband and this Cav unit. So they're not getting anything that's you know, beyond us in terms of military strength, which is very nice. And they've got these 3, and then Dorwinian, Rathwin, and then pretty much all of Ravanian. But we do want to keep our eyes on it again because there is some war happening. Oh, it looks like Dunland has finally approached the river Anduin, which is very interesting. And Dorwinian is holding on in the Brownlands, and they've even made strides. They've captured Daggerlad and Southern Ravania. Let's get our spy over there just to uncover that for sure. Oh my gosh. So they're gonna be an interesting opponent, and I think we're gonna be fighting them very soon. All right. Yeah, they're concentrating their forces for sure against the Reunited Kingdom. Oh, wow. So they've got the Daggerlad province. They're going to grab Kirith Gorgor and then possibly move down into Mordor. But again, okay, interesting. So the Reunited Kingdom still have Anorian, but nobody has Pelennor. So I think this was owned by Harad, but they have a hard time holding anything north of the Poros River. As you'll see, they'll frequently suffer rebellion in Ithilien, and then if they get over to Pelennor, that tends to be a difficulty for them as well. Well, that's fine. They can deal with that. And Adunabar, who last episode had Amrun Magor, has lost it again. I think they took this from either Khand or Rhun. Let's see. They're not at war with Khand, so they must have taken it from Rhun. Rhun tends to get this one and this one pretty early. And it's naturally sort of sympathetic to the Easterlings. So if you're playing an Easterling faction, you can assimilate these 2 provinces pretty easily. But Adunabar still has plenty of strength around the Nirn area. So they're not out of it yet. And we're certainly making life easier for Adunabar by grabbing the provinces that we have. Let's try again with Sabotage. Wow, 95% rate. Okay. Let's hit the mark. Okay, 95%. Well, let's get you down here. Let's get a proper scout. And we'll try to get him into Amrandur next turn. Just to cause a little bit of chaos. But let's end the season. And yes, we're going to get hit by Lore, who is just a nobody kind of general, and he's got the same type of units we've fought. And in the garrison, we've got Borfand of the Northern Marchers, who is the current ruler, the current High Chieftain of the Chiefdom of Rhun. Let's check his stats out. So he's got an Executioner Ancillary. That's not going to help him in battle. He is an inept commander. He's a plainsman. Again, that's not going to give him any command bonuses. Oh, lazy, unintelligent, uncharismatic, casual fighter. So nothing here is really good for him in battle. Ooh, he's self-maimed. That's also another bad one. So -2 to his hit points. So he's going to be very easy to kill. And he's mature. So he's not even that old. He's just got some bad traits. So we'll see how this one goes. And if we grab Thordrim here, then we'll link up all of our provinces, which is great. It's been quite a while. We first captured Raycoast, and then we moved right down to Tham. But for a while, those were just isolated outposts in enemy territory. But if we can grab this, that will no longer be the case. And man, once again, we're just completely choked by these forests in the area. All right, so we got to find where the settlement is. I guess it's to our south, right? A lot of times you can see it on the horizon, but if there's like a hill in the way, then you obviously that can obscure it. So I'm thinking the reinforcing army is going to come from down here. Again, if I paid more attention on the campaign map, I would know for sure. Maybe it's somewhere over to our right. Regardless, let's get everybody set up. Get you all on fire at will. And we're just going to hang out in the open area. There's a bit of a rise here, I guess. We'll do kind of what we did last time. Slingers a bit on the wings. Warband over to our left. And then one of these axemen along with them. We'll grab our couple of units of swordsmen and then the other unit of axemen. And actually I want them back a little bit. I want the slingers to be able to retreat slightly, and these guys not to be necessarily in the first line. For our generals, we'll have them right back at the center, and our chief's men, I think we'll have behind there. We can move them wherever we need them. Yeah, okay, so there's the city.
They have brought even more men. No matter, we will count the dead later.
Right, so they're both going to be kind of coming from our right, which is annoying, because the land is not very favorable for that. Let's get, like... I guess we got to be up on this rise, so we'll be shooting into the trees, which is not ideal, but at least they'll be coming at us out of the forest, so we won't have to be fighting under the eaves. Alright, so we're just going to let them come on. I'd love to route these guys, you know, super fast, because the reinforcements are going very slow here. Okay, 2 cav units, one of which is a family member. This is the not the king, of course. So this guy, we didn't look at his traits. He may be a very robust fighter. They get some nice range on the throwing axes there. Alright, let's throw in with our warband. And I figured that would be enough. Let's follow that up. Just go right after the Chieftain's Guard. Okay, he's not going to allow it. That's okay, we'll just set up here then. This unit is going to be destroyed by missiles. And then the skirmishers are probably going to suffer the same fate. That doesn't leave us a lot to deal with the larger reinforcing army that represents the garrison, but I think we'll still be fine. Let's get you up here slightly. Still got plenty of time before those reinforcements arrive. Okay, what are you guys doing? Oh, I see. They're going after my slingers. Okay.
Army runs. Now hunt them down.
Yeah, sure. Let's just send the general right after them. I want to get those slingers marching, because I'd rather not have a friendly fire here. Alright. All the javelins are gone, so we're going to have to catch him, which we might. If they can get their act together, we're fresh. Alright, we got one of the guard. Just 2 men left. Ah, this is so dangerous because we're getting farther away from the army. Alright, he may get away because we're now into the skirmishers here. Okay. Well, let's take you and you out of the group. And I'll move all these other units to face the other army. Alright, we're going to go right to the edge of this stupid map, aren't we? We didn't get him at all. Okay. Let's see. What else is coming here? We've got just a few routers, so we'll just go right back to our open field. Actually, maybe I'll send him kind of around behind, because we don't have very many enemy forces either, and he might be in a position to chase some of them down once they get routing. Alright, all of our center has thrown all of their axes. So we want to be on war cry patrol, pretty much. Okay, what's that? The chieftains... Oh, that's right. Alright, this is actually kind of a problem. Let's halt our general. And I want to send all of you guys over here. This is the weaker bodyguard, as far as I could tell. He's the guy with some bad traits. But still, 47 versus 41. I don't want... This is a very good general, too. So I don't want to lose him. If he starts going after the general, I will send these guys to support. Yeah, there's not too much here. A couple of units of axemen. Some warband. And I think they've got some ranged as well. He does seem to be going towards my general a little bit. Or maybe he's just outflanking. Yeah, he's just outflanking. Okay. So we'll come back here with our general. Oh, right. I forgot to pay attention. Alright, we'll get over here. These guys haven't thrown like anything, so we'll get them around and to throw into the back. Alright, he may want to charge the slingers, but he may also want to skirmish and avoid melee combat. So we'll see what he does. If we go after him, he's just going to throw javelins at us, and we won't catch him probably. So we'll wait until our general gets about here before we try to trap him. Alright, let's send an attack order into these axemen of Rhun. Alright, yep, they're throwing javelins. Oh my gosh, that's doing a lot of damage to us. Alright, they're going for it. Alright, they're hitting us over here. Good for them. So they got some kills on us, but I think he's gonna be done for pretty quickly here.
The enemy king now drinks with his glorious ancestors. His men now rightly fear us.
Okay, and that should be everybody. He's just fighting to the death, but as soon as they're done, yeah, we'll get the end battle option. So, clear victory. We lost about 70 men, and we should get the city here.
We shall rule. We shall rule. The land is ours.
Okay, so Thordram is showing a blue face. We could expel the populace here, and that'll send some people down into these places and also to Erebor, which does need people. So let's try that. Let's expel the populace. And then we'll take a look at our economy now. All right, still not great, but not as bad as it was. Okay, so, oh, all right. So Tharbad, I mean, we've got some very interesting power blocks emerging here. Tharbad seems to be dominating over here, and it looks like they have done enough damage to the Reunited Kingdom that they feel secure enough to start a fight with Dunland, who's been doing fantastic work against Rohan. Yeah, so Anumanas has fallen. The Shire. Yeah, that's Mikkel Delving over there. That's gone. Bree is now in the hands of Tharbad. So we'll just keep our scouts moving around. But I think this line was largely, untouched. Tharbad has a lot along the river here, and Dunland has all of this. And then Dunland, as we've seen, expanded into Rohan pretty effectively here. Geez, if I had to bet, though, I would say that Tharbad would probably beat them, because Dunland has not really managed to destroy Rohan. They've still got Aldburg. That's not even under siege. Oh, geez, yeah, Rohan still has Helm's Deep. That's not under siege either. So Dunland is doing okay. Rohan is in a bad position, but they're not out yet. Okay, we lost a scout in East Mordor. That's fine, and we're the most advanced. And we lost 900. So yeah, we're down under 50,000. That's not where I like to be. As you may notice from my playstyle, I tend to just hoard money so that I can do diplomatic things with it. But we will be making a little money here. So they've got mustering fields. We'll get rid of those. We're going to keep, of course, the brawling contests. Those are very nice. And we're going to keep everything else. The execution square is good for us. Financial policy is, I guess that's okay. This is not like an awesome province. Let's get rid of the Homeland Dominion. And I'm wondering if we're going to... I think this counts as a homeland for us, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's get a scout. Okay. That's looking fine. Let's see what you look like. Worth the Hunter. Right. Waynes. I don't think there's too many of these, though. This may be the army with just 3 chariots in it. And just axes and bits and pieces of other things. So they're very likely to besiege us at some point. But I hope it'll be in Thordram and not in Gwaithring. But in that eventuality, we do have these other men coming to reinforce. It has to be said, they're not super strong. But right, that's why we've got these guys. Okay. I think I've neglected them for a turn or two. So we'll move them off in that direction. What else do we have? Okay, so if the Bjornings decide to start something, we are in a bit of a weakened position relative to where we were earlier, because we just don't have the strong forces in Dale or Erebor, and the population in Erebor has been a little bit drained. But now it's up above 1,000 again, thanks to that enslavement policy. Let's get you up here. Let's see if we can take a look at Fornhood. Okay, the muster fields. This is an open policy settlement, so they could have gone higher than this. But they're only at tier 2 right now, which gives them just this same low tier kind of stuff. So they've not been investing a lot in their North Rhun territories. But we're going to have to watch both of these provinces for advancement from Fornhood and for what these armies are going to potentially do. Okay, 4 seasons for that, 3 seasons for this. Alright, I guess we just end the turn. We'll see if our spy makes it into Amrindor. I think he had a 75% chance, which is usually pretty bad. Yeah. That 75%, it just seems like it's the default. And it feels much more like a coin flip than maybe it should, but... Alright, so Siege in Tham. Alright, we've got our attuned governor in... Where is that? In Erebor. Great. So if we wanted to build this up, like to go for the Great Market, we're now getting a nice discount. So this normally costs 10,000. So we are saving 2,000 on that. I don't want to invest in it right now, though. Just because I know our economy is not doing great. Yeah, minus 2,500. Okay, there's another Bjorning host moving around somewhere. What on earth? 2 units. I mean, maybe they think they could take Erebor. Huh. Or maybe they're going for this stupid fort, which I probably don't need, actually. In fact, why don't I get rid of that? Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that at all. It's, it was useful when Dale was around as a way to sort of prevent them from moving around our lands. Yeah, they're sending another unit up here. All right. Well, I'm not going to invest or hold these armies back. I'm just going to keep moving everything to the east so that we can hold on to this. And this army's just staying put. Worth the Hunter doesn't know what to do. Looks like some other armies are hanging around Thorgram. No one's bothering Rakos, so we've got basically a full stack here we could do whatever we want with. Hey, geez, maybe we want to move it because Rakos is feeling pretty safe right about now. We've got a Rhun province here, so this could strike out at, you know, any of these. And we've got a province here in Fenris Rim. If we take this, this actually would be very nice to take in a way, because it would be, for one, it's a nice trade settlement. It's got a port already built, and it doesn't share a border with this, so it would only be in danger from here. And then Erebos would have to decide, are they going to attack Tham or Fenris Rim, right? So that might be a good next move, actually. But I think in order to do that, here's what I want to do is let's get a bunch of these guys out of Rakos. We don't really need them here. All right, we've got an emissary in there for security purposes. So let's get out the expensive units, so like the mercenaries, all of them. Let's get the units that we can't retrain. Actually, I think we probably can retrain these guys, but let's get like a couple of them, a couple of them. Okay, that's a red face. So that will not do. 60, so we're going to need like 2 or 3 more units. 65, just one more will probably be enough. Alright, I'd like to use these guys up in the north, but I guess it doesn't matter. So that'll be 70. Yeah, we're as low as we can get with taxes. And actually, we don't have a governor here anymore, so we can take it off that. So, yeah, we'll move you up into the north. And what I'm going to do with this army is basically get it close enough so that we can safely send one of these governors to deal with it, or to lead it. And then we'll send you probably off to Fenris Rim, or maybe just out and about to kind of defend for a little while. Let's train up another scout. And I guess let's do the Sally battle for Tham. Okay, yeah. A lot of cav, 1 archer, and not a lot else. So, again, we can do this, I think, pretty quickly. Get back to our building schedule, and in a few turns, we're going to have some really nice units that we can get out of here. But we do need to do something about our economy. I mean, I guess we're doing it because we are building that Homeland Dominion in Gwaithring. We're going to be doing another Dominion building in Thordram pretty soon. So we should be good. Let's just grab everybody. Okay, we're right in front of them now. Huh. I wonder if they're going to go off to the right this time, or if they're going to, like, fall back. Let's just see. Let's do something different. Yeah, they're going to go off to the right. Okay. So we'll just group up the guys like we normally do. Oh, are they actually... They're not going to go too far. Okay, so we can do this a little differently. That's a refreshing change of pace. Get you here. Are you just going to leave? Oh, yes, it looks like you're going to leave. Awesome. So sometimes, yeah, you just need to move at them and they leave the field. So, clear victory there. No actual battle needed. That's a great sign that they're feeling, I guess, a little demoralized. But I wonder if we did that more frequently, if we set up our army right near them, if they would just withdraw more often. I mean, obviously, we want to, you know, kill these guys. We don't want to just rely on kicking them away, because we're going to need to fight them at some point. But yeah, so I think we keep training here and get a force together that can be out in the field. Get some watchtowers built. All right, what are you? I've already got a spy in here. No, we don't, actually. He got kicked out. That's showing 93% now. But I'd rather have eyes on this. Kind of in between here. There we go. We got both cities in visibility. This is a young-looking spy. And so his role will just be to pay attention here. Okay, yep. Athred Morn looks fine, not under threat currently. Okay, so we'll see what the Bjornings are going to do, if anything. Yep, there's Bree in the hands of Tharbad. So let's move down to the south. Okay, 3 ways. That's probably an early acquisition on Tharbad's part. They're getting a lot of these low-tier units from these provinces. Yeah, Eriador Scouts. It's a neat unit because they don't have any shields. I mean, obviously that's not great, but I like the variety, right? You've got units that are they're just hunters, right? They're not really warriors, but they can hide in the long grass. They can swim. They're fast-moving. And they're a good unit, right, in terms of doing damage. They're very annoying to deal with. They've got these Eriador Spearmen, which are just really basic spearmen, but a little more stealthy than your average, I guess. And then they've got some other stuff. So they're training a lot of things. Usually you don't see Tharbad. Wow, we got 3 family members here. Some high-tier stuff, longbows, the pikes. Okay. Let's go down to their capital area. We've got Tharbad itself, protected by the north and south fort. And then we can head down into Dunland, because I do want to see if there's any actual fighting happening there. I would have money on Tharbad winning. I mean, especially since Greyholm looks totally safe. Okay, so Thordram has provincial pacification. Great. We will immediately go on to the next building there. That is Homeland. Awesome. So 4880 florins. Okay, wow, that's nice. 1814. I mean, obviously, look at this awful corruption. But we're still going to make like 800 total. And that's, you know, that's with a capital that's like here, which is a little weird. I don't dare move the capital any further west, but let's try this. We're losing 7307. If we move it to Barra's Doom... Oh, yeah, that's worse. Yeah, that's worse. Okay. All right, so we'll keep it at Yodor. So all these provinces are happy. and this province is happy enough. It is still growing though, so like we almost just need to keep training solely for the purpose of keeping the population down. And we may want to do this just so that we can build some higher tier like happiness buildings. Like, yeah, like this, like this, like this. We're so broke though. Okay, Dunabar captured Amron Megor. It looks like Rhun is kind of turtling up around Adel.
On my way. On my way.
And otherwise, they're just sort of hanging around the borders. So what can I do here? In the city, we've got our governor who is an adept governor. Money is important, but again, we talked about him having some nice traits and ancillaries for battle. So it might be good to use him for that purpose. Take him out of the city. Like, we've already got him building. So we won't use his... let's see. Does he have a bonus to construction costs at all? Well, he's attuned, so yeah. So we don't need him to keep him in the city for that purpose anymore. Let's see. If we take out, like, all of you... That's actually quite decent. And we can grab some mercs. Okay, I'm sold on this idea. We go over to Fennis Rim. We grab the 2 slingers. Okay, and they're moving down to intercept because they don't like the look of this. Okay, so what do I do here? I think I want to get... I mean, I could hit this army and then probably just walk away. Okay, you're inept. You're an expert. I guess I'll keep you in Thordram.
Captain.
Alright, so we will need to move you.
Move out. Yes. Forward. Merging army.
Okay, that's a pretty reasonable looking army. And what's in here could probably deal with this.
Captain. Forward.
Let's go like over here and I'll try to clear out some of this. That'll be my goal. And then maybe get closer to Thordram, take some of those other units and deal with this army. But let's not forget to move.
Move out. No more moves.
Okay, and we get some slingers. I'll take them.
Yes, Captain.
And since it looks safe, I'll just continue moving these guys over towards Gwaithring. I think we're in a nice position here. I don't see Dorwinian making any moves. Although this is a little sketchy, isn't it? These little passes through the Iron Hills. So I guess I'll have to keep an eye on those. But yeah, they're not even positioning themselves near the borders, which is great. Okay, we will have to worry around here. If we go for Yar Helkar, which I'll probably leave, actually, because it's very exposed to Dorwinian. And if we can trade with them, like we are currently, that might be good for our economy. I don't think we have trade rights. We do. Okay. So if they go to war with us, we're going to be losing out on quite a bit. Okay, one more season for that. Rakost is still happy. Let's just keep training some various things. And the Bjornings are being weird, but they're not being too threatening, I guess. So I think we can live with it. Alright, no other sieges, huh? Very, very good. Bjornings are just moving around.
Forward. Unable to move. March. Yes, Captain.
Alright, yeah, I'll keep you heading in this direction. And it looks like, geez, they may have lost the family member. I think he just died of old age. That's great, actually. So we'll try to get these forces together, and maybe if we have anything that we can sort of throw together to take out this little stack, that would be good.
Captain.
What do I want to do here? Yeah, so notice how they're not bothering Tham anymore. I could go up here right now. Let's do that. It's probably like better strategically just to besiege Fenris Rim because the AI will respond to that stuff typically. They'll send an army, and if it's an army that's headed toward one of your cities, if they're close enough, like these guys might just be, they may head over here because they want to protect their own stuff. So let's go ahead and see if we can. All right, we got rid of the upkeep costs on one more rogue. Gwaithring got our homeland dominion, so again, it's helping a little bit, not a huge amount. And because this is a homeland, we can train the full suite of stuff. I guess we could go for control posts. Like, we may as well. Let's see, will this actually... This will actually make us a little bit of money. And we're going to need to do it eventually. So let's do that. It's slightly cheaper. Okay, what do we want to do here? I know, I talked about leaving Yar Helkar for later, but like, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe this will be kind of a good move. We'll get an army here and just park it. And then Dorwinian, if they want to start something, this will at least be the canary in a coal mine. Forward. Yeah, let's do it. Let's head over here. Get our spies, you know, there we go. This kind of thing, you know. Want to keep an eye out. And you, I will hit Lieutenant Gan. He's going to actually take that fight. I can't imagine he's going to stick around on the battlefield, though. He'll probably retreat. Just like the last army did. But that's fine, and then we'll move this army probably back west towards Fenris Rim. Take that. Oh gosh, we've got so many slingers, though. Okay, let's get the longbowmen back. Slingers up, skirmishers over to the side. Yeah, this is too many slingers. I feel like I need to recruit them when I see them. But I think I'm in survival mode a bit too much right now. Okay, that's probably good. Get you over here. You guys can all go for fire at will. And we're attacking, so we'll get over here. Are they up in the trees? No, they're over here. I wonder if they're going to actually stick around. I'm not even going to try to get high ground. I'm not even going to bother because as soon as we get within range, maybe before, I think they're probably going to head off. Yeah. All right, let's try to get a few kills with javelins. We'll focus on these axemen if I can. See, this kind of situation is where having wains would be really useful. Just wains and some cav to support them. And then you just send them after these guys. They throw javelins, they cause fear. You plow into them at just the right time. You send cavalry you know, to support. And then you get a big rout happening instead of this nice orderly withdrawal. So that'll be fun once we start getting wains in the field. Didn't lose any men, took a few kills off of them. And more importantly, got them away from Rakos so we don't have a siege. Alright, I'm starting to feel good about this. Like, I feel like we've got a nice area of the map carved out. And that's probably a sign that something is about to go horribly wrong. But let's just move over here. Yeah, there's that army, and we'll try to hit them next time. Okay, we'll do one more turn. because I'm curious what the AI is going to do.
We're besieged.
Okay, yeah. We'll go down and relieve that. I don't want to let that stand.
Yes. Move out. Out of move.
So I think at this point we'll get these guys together.
Chief.
And maybe we'll build a watchtower just to keep an eye on Fornhood so we don't have to keep spies here forever. But look at this. If we get an army over here, I mean, we could just have a field day. There's just not much. And all of their strength is down around Mordor. So Khand and Harad are no longer at war. Okay, that's fine. Raycoast has skirmishers. We've got our hosting halls in Tham. Oh, but now we can't build anything. Okay, Fandos is attuned, and he's, yes, up at Thordram. That's wonderful. So since you're going to be the governor here, let's see. Your loyalty is... where are you? Am I missing it? Oh, he's the High Chieftain. Yes, his opinion of himself is exceedingly high because he's the High Chieftain. So he does not have to worry about loyalty. So we don't need to worry about making this local, sort of locally run because he's the king. So we don't need to work up his opinion of liege. But we do need to think about this stuff, and we do need to relieve this siege. So I think what we'll do is we'll set this up for the next episode. We can... got great movement points on this guy, actually, so we will be able to do it. But we could queue up retainer wains. Now, they are very expensive, and we're not making any money. In fact, we're losing money per turn. I'm going to make them anyway. I don't care. We're going to get them queued up. I'm going to do it right now, even though we can't officially train them, and we're going to have them. We're going to have some freaking wains in the plains. So we're going to go ahead and queue up this battle. Okay, they're just going to retreat. Fine. Good. And actually, you know, maybe this. Maybe I will wait a couple of turns to get my wains, and then we will attack them, because they get a lot of cav. And this would be a very, very fun army to attack with wains and cavalry of our own. So speaking of that, let's get a few units down here. I think these guys can travel in relative safety now. And let's get this army. Okay, we can't move them. We'll figure out what to do with Banna the Hunter next time. Do we want to go after this force? That's probably the responsible thing to do. Deal with this, deal with that, and then move toward Yar Helkar, because they can't train anything over here. We get rid of this army, we're done worrying about this part of the map, except as far as Dorwinion is concerned. So let's see. Will he fight? He will. So we'll do this in the next episode. Lore is possibly going to withdraw again, but we'll at least beat him around a little bit, and then get up here to deal with Lieutenant Borthand, and then sort of take our time, get some of these provinces, but things are looking up, at least for this episode, which is probably a signal that in the next episode, this giant purple menace that we are now almost encircling is going to maybe cause some trouble for us. So hope you join me for that. Until then, take care.